agenda item 1. It's behind the decisions.
April 2nd's good. Sense of time, or anybody open?
Realistically, pretty much like 8:15 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only 26.
It's very pleasant to review the 28th. Are you guys done with the 28th?
Not yet.
Really?
No, I'm still reading the. This is interesting reading.
I know. Stephanie told me.
Okay, I'll see you in several weeks.
Great. 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yes, just 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Thanks so
Lots
much
of
for
time.
doing the scope
Loads of
of
time.
the article for us. That's
Yes,
really
okay,
a biggie
yeah.
off of
Yeah,
our
yeah.
plate. Thanks a lot. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get a draft up to
Great. Thanks, Joel.
Okay,
Okay,
good night.
Hey.
Yeah.
You good folks, I'm Joel Bart.
Oh,
Something
Roy
Hi,
Chadwick.
nice to meet you.
Hi,
Steve
Oppenheimer.
Steve.
Hi, very nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
you too. All right, good night.
Good night.
everybody.
It was great for doing that.
Okay. That's good. Anybody else?
Well, I'm finished with the January 20th.
Oh, we're gonna do them all?
No, I was going to
One
just do
at a time.
one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I move that we accept the minutes from January 28th, 2013.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I wasn't here on Tuesday the 26th.
I don't get it. I don't get item number 1. Public hearing dash 18 Wellesley Street.
I'm sorry.
Way, update dash Josiah Smith
Just-
Tavern dash O Library proposal dash Urbana.
And it, bad, just cut and place. Start with Josiah Smith, Tavern Old Library proposal.
Oh.
Okay. I'll fix the lone Roy on page 2.
I don't understand under 18 Wellesley Street paragraph, starting with Attorney Jonathan White, saying according to tape of the meeting, the requirement expressed by the board was to obtain input from the historical commission, no to obtain approval. What is that?
Not to obtain approval.
It's to obtain input from the historical, I see, comma, not to obtain approval. Okay. Minor thing, but the last paragraph under 18 Wellesley, it's a different spelling for palette.
Okay.
P-A-L-E-T-T-E.
There should be a question mark at the end of the paragraph before that.
Are you already to the March one?
No, this is
Oh,
still,
it's still, oh, we're talking about 18 Wellesley.
Shouldn't that be western and southern elevations at the end of the next paragraph, facing Wellesley Street?
Mainly kept western because that was, it was the west that was facing Wellesley, and it was only like just the tiniest bump out that was technically
Oh, right, there was
south.
hardly anything left of it, right. This, okay.
Which date?
We're still talking about the 26th.
Oh, okay.
In the second paragraph, on the first line, tavern and connector building and noted, delete said, that the occupant of the restaurant space has been selected, the Women's Clothing Exchange and Women's Historical Society, not just Women's Exchange, Women Community League and the Weston Historical Society will be located in the connector, not in the barn.
So say that again?
Instead of saying Women's Exchange, you should say Women's Community League and Weston Historical Society.
I sort of like leaving it as it was, but showing how terrible the presentation was.
Will be located in the connector, not the barn.
But isn't it the new addition to the connector?
Well, it's a connector
Most
and
of it.
addition, so you could say connector and addition. And then, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
In the next paragraph,
Make it look like it was a lot slicker than it was.
there's 39,000 and then the 20,000 additional. Are
Yeah.
you saying for a total of 59?
No,
Or-
20,000 was additional impervious surface.
Well, the 20,000
20K of the additional.
over the
impervious surface.
existing?
Right.
You mean, so right now there's 19,000 and there's going to be 39,000? Because that was my other question, what's the existing versus the proposed? So that's what you must mean, the 20,000 additional impervious over existing.
I'm trying to remember back to the presentation, and maybe I can just pull it off the tape.
But I think
I
you're right,
thought
I think the 20,000 additional means additional over existing.
Right, but that's where I thought the total of the project, the total impervious area was 39,000 square feet. That's as they're proposing, which is
Right, so
13% of the area.
so
20,000 of that is new additional impervious due to parking, walkways, and
Right,
roof
so
area.
that implies that the existing is 19,000.
Right.
But I think you need to clarify that
Yeah.
it's 20,000 over the existing.
Yeah.
And then the other thing in the line after that, he said they are proposing a drip system for the septic system. It's not, isn't that what they're proposing? We're not, you're not talking about a landscape drip system.
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
it's a septic
Right.
system.
What's that officially called, those drip septic systems?
They're called drip septic
Drip
systems.
septic, drip septic system.
I'm sure
And
they have
then-
another name.
At the end of that line, you say will be handled by a two, you can just delete, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then, on the next page, the third paragraph, where it says right in the middle, Mr. Zahavi said that Tuesdays are typically the busy days.
Mhm.
The busy days for the community league, the Weston, the Women's Community League, the WCL. I assume that's what he was referring to, not
Yeah.
just everything.
Actually, who knows? Because that's actually what he said. He didn't clarify. He just said Tuesdays are the busy days.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay, well then.
He
leave
didn't
it.
actually clarify it. That I remember.
Okay, then leave it.
Well, no, we can make it look a lot better than it. This is the trouble. See, this is the thing about being an architect. You have to get everything right.
I won't say
Straighten up
anything.
straighten up those
Perfection is
papers.
the enemy of good over here. Remember that, okay?
And now that there are two architects.
Oh, Lord. We're never going to get through
Everybody
these notes.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
should we punt on this? In other words, put it together again as meeting minutes and look at, because there's a lot of changes here.
Well, no, I think that those
Yep.
revisions is fine.
Okay.
Lord knows there's enough.
Well, maybe you could move to
Yeah,
accept.
yeah.
I move to accept the February 26th meeting minutes with the revisions discussed.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
March
March
5th.
Or do we have to? Kirkwright,
Is that what it's called?
Kirkwright drip dispersal,
Easy drip.
or
it-
easy drip.
Is it,
There's a different system.
is it RITE?
Or a liquid faucet.
PERK, RITE?
PER, no, PERC-RITE.
PERC,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You're right.
Yield
Would
A,
be
Kirkwright
PERC.
drip dispersal. Shoot.
Slow down that ID.
Here you go, it's a geoflow system.
Yeah.
Geoflow.
Geoflow, right. I like
Right, you
Kirkwright,
were-
I'll remember that better.
By the way, the septic system is in the southwest corner, not the southeast corner.
I like the way this sentence reads, but of course it's incorrect. He said the property slopes, well, I'm on page 1 of 5 under 24 Meadowbrook Road. March, yeah, the property slopes form the street to the center of the lot, but I'm sure it should be from the street.
I bet you're right.
You're right, it flows toward the street, doesn't it? If you look at the top of page 2, it's talking about runoff from the front yard and driveway, run onto Meadowbrook.
Well, actually,
Away,
the last sentence on page 1 should basically say, property slopes upwards from the street to the center of the lot, so that,
he meant upwards.
Okay.
But you're right, everybody pictures downwards when they're talking about slopes from somewhere to somewhere.
Your autocorrect show just is taking every single from and making it to form.
how did that
I
happen?
don't know.
Where did you see another one?
Page 2, third paragraph down, Mr. Gemma said.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, but here's a paragraph where it spelled it correctly.
Wow.
You just never know.
Yeah. I never thought about the combustibility of a trellis before, but I suppose that's pretty good. Huh?
Bottom paragraph of 3 of 5, corrected tuner to Turner.
start calling Kim Miss Tuna.
I must have a sticky R.
Yeah,
Delays it or
that's
doesn't
that's
put
what
it
it
in.
is, yeah. Pretty clean the keyboard.
They fixed the big dig, they're still fixing the big dig, and they'll still be fixing the big dig 20 years from now and 100 years from now.
There's just one nonsensical paragraph, that last one with Miss Tuner paragraph. It's, she noticed that the hemlocks were infected with the woolly adelgid. And rather than saying the landscape that this would need to be taken care of, she just talks about we need to be careful in planting the new materials, so root systems. So, and I know she must have said which would need to be treated, and also the landscape contractor, but it doesn't really matter.
That basement's gonna be something, being below the water table.
I know.
And someone said that there are two types of windows, leaky windows and windows that will leak. And
There are two types of basements,
Yeah, exactly.
especially when they're under the water table.
exactly.
I know, it was pretty amazing that they did that. But I was just so all for it because they saved so much of the outside property. I'm going to take it with sport court.
Well, maybe it could be, you know, in 30 years, instead of basketball, it's water polo.
Right, right. It could be a lovely underground.
You want comments now or at the end?
I mean, if you have them just written down, you can just give me.
Okay,
That's
I'll
all
just
I
give
need.
you them.
So good. Can I move that we approve these meeting minutes when you guys are done reading with Steve's corrections, which you will hand? I need it.
So I can't do it.
I know you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do we have anything else?
No, that's it.
That's it?
Move we adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Yes.